You know that you should plan your Instagram content ahead of time so you're never doing the far too common thing of scrambling and rushing to get any old piece of content out there to remain consistent. We've all been there before and we know exactly how it feels. We know the stress, we know the anxiety, and we know we don't want it. But you also don't want to spend hours and hours planning out your content because you're busy. You know that having a plan would reduce stress, but you don't know how to get started and you're stressing over how much time it'll actually take. Luckily, it doesn't have to take you a ton of time and it can bring you a ton of benefits like reduced stress, like better connection with your audience and the growth that can come from being consistent. And it all does not have to take you that much time if you're efficient and strategic with your planning process. And that's exactly what we're helping you with today. In this video, we're gonna outline 6 different steps or tips that you should keep in mind when planning your Instagram content ahead of time to make sure that you're crushing it and not spending too much time. So let's release some of your stress and let's help you plan your Instagram content ahead of time to hit all your goals. What's going on? It's Ben here from Flick, your destination for Instagram domination. And today we're talking all about planning ahead because it can be a massive game changer in helping you to stand out and grow on Instagram way faster. So let's get right into the tips. Tip number 1 is to plan out your feed ahead of time. Planning out an overall look for your page can definitely be time consuming, and we know that it causes a ton of people stress. But we also know that it really matters for some people. And if you're one of those people who really wants that consistent look and feel, we strongly recommend creating a brand guide that includes colors, fonts, etc., that makes it very easy for you to keep a consistent look with any future idea. And while the consistent look of your content can definitely be important, once you get that hammered down, you really want to focus on the feel of your content and the change that you want your content to make, and you want to make sure you're hitting that consistently. Outline the type of value that you actually want to deliver to your audience and make sure you're building a schedule that allows you to actually follow through with that. For example, if you have a major focus one month and you know you're really trying to drive something home, you want to make sure to provide enough space or opportunity in your schedule for you to really deliver that message. So start with the general plan. And the best way to do this is have a consistent look and feel, figure out the value that you want to provide your audience, brainstorm the ideas that allow you to deliver that value, and then plan out how you're actually going to post these out throughout the month. Tip number 2, now that we have our plan in place based on the value that we're trying to provide and the connection we're trying to make with our followers, the second tip is to create good and engaging captions and to not sleep on how important captions actually are. Bulk creating your captions should be a law. We feel like that should be a necessity, that Instagram makes you do it because there are so many benefits. Bulk creating your captions for the ideas that you have for your content allows you to get into a writing flow, which allows you to remain consistent with your brand voice throughout and really create a deeper connection, hitting the goals that you are trying to hit on Instagram. So after you've planned the concept and content that you're gonna post throughout the month, get to writing specific captions for each of those pieces of content. You will thank me later. And captions are crucial because they provide such an opportunity for you to connect with anybody who's seeing your content. It allows you to create connection as well as to create action for whatever you want people to do. So you want to be very thoughtful about your captions and really think about these things beforehand. What is the feeling we're trying to create here? And what is the action we're trying to create here from anybody who sees our content? And you want to make sure that people actually do the things you want them to do. And a great way to do that is by being thoughtful and including language that gets you to where you want to go, and also including very thoughtful CTAs or calls to action within your content so that people do the things that you actually want them to do. Caption planning is critical. Do not sleep on this. And a good rule of thumb that I recommend is creating a loose framework for things that you want to include in every single caption as little checklists or reminders as you're going through and doing this, so you make sure you're not missing anything. Step number 3 in the efficiency planning process is to research hashtags ahead of time. Using the right hashtags will get your content pushed to the right people and more of the right people. So as you're going through your content and planning out the concepts and then later the captions, the next obvious place that you should go is to the hashtags, especially if you're looking to grow, because you don't want to miss the opportunity that the right hashtags could bring to your content. So there are definitely some do's and don'ts when it comes to hashtag research. The major don't is make sure you don't just use random hashtags on your content, and make sure that you do use well-researched and relevant hashtags. This is going to bring you way better results. And we know that manual hashtag research can be difficult and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be. We here at Flick have the easiest to use and most powerful hashtag research tool that makes finding the right hashtags for your content and your account extremely easy and very time efficient. So if you're tired of spending hours doing your hashtag research, I strongly recommend you use the link in the description box of this video to get yourself a completely free week trial of Flick and its hashtag research tool. It's gonna save you a ton of time, and as a fun little experiment, I would love for you to think back on how much time you used to spend manually researching hashtags and then compare it to how much time you spend within Flick. It's gonna be a major amount of time that you could put in way better places, so go ahead and give it a try using the link down below. Tip number 4 in the efficiency strategy is knowing the best time to post your content or when to plan to post your content. Posting when the most amount of your followers are active is key. And this is critical because you want as many of your followers seeing your content as early as possible to give it the engagement that it needs to reach a wider audience. So posting when they're actually on the app is critical for success. You can see this information right within Instagram, and you can even break it down day over day, which can help you see the best days that you want to make sure to be posting on based on how many people are active. And you can also see this information within Flick with a breakdown of when your followers are online hour by hour. So be sure to take the time to find this information and use it to your advantage because you want as much early engagement as possible. It plays a huge role in getting your content pushed to a wider audience. And when it comes to planning your content, Flick also has a post scheduler to help you make this even more efficient. So you can access that also using the link down below. We're all about saving you time, being more efficient, and helping you grow on Instagram faster and giving you the tools to help you do that. And the scheduler is a feature that we just rolled out that we're super excited about and we would love for you to try. Tip number 5 for being efficient comes down to knowing your audience. Knowing your audience is the cheat code when it comes to growing on Instagram. But how do you actually go about getting to know your audience? It's pretty easy, and Instagram gives you a ton of tools to do this. One of the easiest ways to get more information on your audience is by looking at your analytics and the demographics of your followers. Where do they live? How old are they? Look for all this information and get as much of it as you can so you can make sure you're speaking their language and make sure that you're actually speaking to who you think you're speaking to. The numbers may surprise you, and it may shift your approach to content messaging and strategy. And the better you know who's seeing your content and who loves your content, the better you can create a deep connection with them that will keep them coming back for more. It's also never a bad idea for you to do some of your own research and actually go in and see who's following you and who's interacting with your content. See the things they care about, the things that they're posting. All this information can really help you to get a better understanding of who is loving your content and what they care about, which will only help you create better content and grow faster. And the last thing you want to make sure to keep an eye on to get to know your audience is look at your own content and the performance of it. So keep an eye on your analytics across all of your content and look for things that really stand out because this probably resonated really deeply with your audience and it's probably something you want to do more of in the future. Data is your friend, so go find it and make sure you actually use it. Step number 6 in planning out your content is to make sure to include different kinds of content and different content formats in your plan. It has been proven that posting the different types of content that Instagram allows you to post will help you grow faster. This has come directly from Instagram. They've said it multiple times. So by experimenting with different concept formats, Instagram will reward you, but it also has a ton of other benefits. Almost anything that you would post on Instagram can probably be reworked into different kinds of content for the different formats. And this allows you to be far more efficient by using one idea and turning it into multiple pieces of content. It also allows you to get feedback from your audience to see if maybe they prefer to consume a specific kind of content rather than another. So you're saving time, you're getting more feedback, and you're getting more content out there, all things that are amazing for you, and it can definitely help you to be far more efficient and stick to a schedule. So when putting your plan together, don't sleep on that opportunity to rework one concept in multiple different concept formats for the benefits that I just mentioned. Make sure to have some variety and work it into the plan so it actually comes to be. And those were the 6 steps that can help you be far more efficient when planning out your Instagram content and to reduce the stress and likelihood of panic posting. And if you enjoyed this video and you're looking to be more efficient with Instagram and grow faster, this is definitely the channel for you. We here at Flick post free videos on this channel to help you do just that, to use Instagram better, to use our tools better, and to grow faster on Instagram to achieve your goals. So if that's something you're looking to do, you're definitely in the right place. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and then hit the little bell button too, so that you can see the next video that comes out and we can talk every single week and I'll help you grow on Instagram. It'll be pretty sweet. And on the note of sweet things, this video that I just linked right here is a sweet resource when it comes to understanding Instagram hashtags. It is our 2022 Instagram hashtag guide that will take you from a novice or a beginner with hashtags all the way to an expert. So go ahead and click that. I will see your beautiful self over there and we'll keep the conversation going. Keep crushing it. I'll see you over there. Go ahead and click that. Peace.